Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about something real today: prayer. Not just saying words, not just hoping for things to happen, but truly trusting in your prayers. See, a lot of people pray like they're placing an order at a restaurant. They want things fast, exactly how they asked for, and if it doesn't come in time, they start questioning the whole system. But let me tell you something. Prayer is not a transaction, it's a connection. Faith over fear. This is where it all begins. Too often, people pray with doubt already creeping into their hearts. They ask for healing, but deep down they question if it's even possible. They pray for success, but in the back of their minds, they're already thinking about failure. Let me tell you something. Prayer without faith is like a car without fuel. You can sit in the driver's seat all you want, but if you don't believe it will move, you'll never get anywhere. You have to believe, not just in the words you say, but in the power behind them. Fear and faith cannot occupy the same space. One will always push the other out. If your prayers are filled with fear, they won't have the strength to move mountains. But when your prayers are rooted in faith, you start seeing the impossible become possible. You stop looking at your struggles as permanent. You stop letting doubt dictate your decisions. You pray with confidence, knowing that what is meant for you will come and what is not will pass. Think about the greats, leaders, visionaries, people who changed the world. They didn't just hope things would happen. They believed so deeply in their purpose that nothing could shake them. That's the level of trust you need in your prayers. You have to walk like it's already done, talk like it's already yours, and prepare as if the answer's on the way. But here's where most people get stuck. They pray, but then they let fear creep back in. They pray for an opportunity, but hesitate when it arrives. They pray for strength, but run from the challenges that build it. Faith isn't just about asking, it's about expecting. It's about knowing that no matter how tough things look, no matter how far away your goal seems, there is something greater working behind the scenes. And let's be real, there will be moments when doubt whispers in your ear, when obstacles make you question if your prayers are even being heard. That's when you have to stand firm. You can't let temporary struggles shake your belief. Faith is tested in the waiting. When things take longer than expected, do you still trust? When setbacks come, do you still believe? That's the real test. Faith is not about ignoring reality. It's about knowing that reality can change. It's about believing that your prayers are more powerful than your problems. When you truly trust in what you're praying for, you don't waste energy worrying. You focus on becoming the person who is ready to receive it. You keep moving, keep growing, and keep trusting, because the moment you stop letting fear control you, that's when faith takes over. And when faith takes over, nothing can stand in your way. Consistency is the foundation of real faith. You can't expect results from a prayer life that only exists in moments of crisis. Too many people treat prayer like an emergency button. They only press it when things start falling apart. But faith isn't about occasional requests. It's about a continuous connection. Imagine if you only went to the gym once a month and expected to be in top shape. It wouldn't happen. The same goes for your prayers. If you want real change, real breakthroughs, you have to be consistent. Look at any successful person, athletes, scholars, business leaders, spiritual figures. They all have one thing in common: discipline. They don't just show up when they feel like it. They show up every day, whether they see immediate results or not. Your faith and prayers work the same way. Some days you might feel strong, full of belief. Other days, doubt might try to creep in. But the key is to keep going, to keep showing up in prayer, because the results aren't always visible right away. Think of prayer like planting a seed. You water it, you nurture it, but you don't see anything happening on the surface for a while. If you stop watering it because you don't see instant results, the seed dies. But if you stay consistent, keep the faith and trust the process, one day that seed breaks through the ground and grows into something strong. That's how faith works. It requires patience. And let's be clear, prayer isn't just about asking for things. It's about building a relationship, developing trust, and strengthening your mindset. When you pray consistently, it changes the way you think. It shifts your perspective from "I hope this happens" to "I know it will happen in the right time." You stop letting circumstances dictate your belief, and you start walking with a confidence that can't be shaken. I tried praying, but it didn't work. That's like saying, I went to the gym once, but I didn't see muscles, so I quit. That's not how it works. Prayer isn't a one-time transaction, it's a lifestyle. The more consistent you are, the stronger your faith becomes. And the stronger your faith becomes, the more unstoppable you are. When life hits you with setbacks, when things don't go as planned, that's when consistency matters most. If you only pray when things are going well, what happens when the storm comes? You have to build your faith in the calm so that when the storm arrives, you don't panic, you stand firm. Consistency in prayer isn't about repetition, it's about commitment. It's about staying connected, staying grounded, and refusing to let circumstances shake your belief. Because when you stay consistent in faith, faith stays consistent in you. And that's when you start seeing the results you've been praying for. Prayer without action is like a wish without a plan. Too many people believe that just asking is enough, that saying the words will magically bring results, but faith doesn't work like that. If you truly believe in your prayers, you must be willing to act on them. Imagine a student praying to pass an exam but never opening a book. Imagine an athlete praying to win but skipping every practice. Imagine someone praying for a new opportunity but ignoring every door that opens because it's not exactly what they expected. Faith without action is wasted potential. You cannot pray for success and refuse to prepare for it. You're asking for something. You need to make sure you're doing everything in your power to be ready when it comes. Prayer is not a shortcut. It's not a substitute for hard work. It's a source of strength, a reminder that you're not in this alone, but it doesn't replace effort. You pray for guidance and then you step forward. You pray for strength and then you push yourself. You pray for opportunity and then you take the leap. If you sit back waiting for miracles while putting in no effort, you're not trusting the process. You're avoiding the work. Think about the people who inspire you, the ones who have achieved greatness. They didn't just pray for it, they worked for it. They believed so deeply in what they were asking for that they moved toward it every single day. If you want something, act like it's already on the way. Prepare like the answer is coming. Because when preparation meets opportunity, that's when you see. And here's the truth. Sometimes the action you need to take won't be easy. Growth requires sacrifice. It requires discipline. You may have to wake up earlier, study harder, train longer, or take risks that make you uncomfortable. But if you truly trust your prayers, you won't let discomfort stop you. You'll push through, knowing that the work you put in today is shaping the future you're praying for. The people who win in life are the ones who combine faith with action. They don't just talk about it, they live it. They wake up every day and move with purpose. They don't just wait for doors to open. They knock, they push, and if they have to, they build their own doors. Ask yourself, are you just praying or are you preparing? Are you waiting for the right moment or are you creating it? Because when you truly trust your prayers, you don't just sit back and hope. You work, you move, and you position yourself for the blessings you know are coming. And when you do that, you don't just receive what you prayed for, you become the person worthy of receiving it. One of the biggest mistakes people make in their faith journey is assuming that if their prayers aren't answered right away, it means they've been denied. But that's not how faith works. A delay is not a denial. Just because something hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it won't happen. The timing of your prayers being answered is just as important as the answer itself. Think about a seed planted in the soil. You water it, give it sunlight, and wait. You don't dig it up every day to check if it's growing because you trust the process. You understand that it takes time. Prayer works the same way. Sometimes what you're asking for is being prepared for you, or maybe you're being prepared for it. Either way, the delay is part of the process. But this is where people start to struggle. They pray, they wait, and when they don't see immediate results, doubt creeps in. They start thinking, maybe this isn't meant for me, or maybe my prayers aren't being heard. But what if the delay is actually a setup for something even greater? What if the thing you're asking for is coming, just not in the way or at the time you expected? Some of the greatest blessings in life come after seasons of waiting. Patience is not about doing nothing. It's about trusting that what's meant for you will come at the right time. You may feel like you're being held back, but what if you're actually being positioned for something better? There are things you can't see yet, things working behind the scenes that you don't even realize. If you quit too soon, if you give up because it's taken too long, you might walk away just before your breakthrough arrives. The delay is where faith is tested. It's easy to believe when things are happening fast, but what about when nothing seems to be moving? That's when you have to stand firm. That's when you have to remind yourself why you started in the first place. Look back at all the times you thought something wasn't going to work out, only to realize later that it was setting you up for something better. Every challenge, every setback, every closed door was guiding you toward where you needed to be. So don't let a delay make you doubt. Don't let impatience make you settle for something less than what you deserve. Keep showing up, keep praying, keep believing, because when the time is right, everything will fall into place. And when it does, you'll look back and understand that the waiting wasn't wasted time, it was preparation. The delay wasn't a denial, it was a setup for something greater than you ever imagined. Gratitude and humility are two of the most powerful forces in life. They shape your mindset, strengthen your faith, and open doors you never even knew existed. When you trust in your prayers, you don't just ask, you appreciate. You don't just seek blessings, you recognize the ones you already have. Because the more thankful you are, the more you attract. People focus on what they don't have. They pray for more, but forget to appreciate what's already in front of them. They get so caught up in what's missing that they fail to recognize how far they've already come. But here's the truth. A heart that is full of gratitude has no room for doubt. When you focus on what you have instead of what you lack, your entire perspective shifts. You stop complaining about delays and start trusting in the process. You stop comparing your journey to others and start appreciating your own growth. And let's talk about humility, because it goes hand in hand with gratitude. Some people pray for success, but the moment they get it, they forget who helped them along the way. They start believing that their strength alone carried them. But the moment pride replaces humility, blessings stop flowing. Why? Because pride blinds you, but humility keeps you open to more. Think about it. When you're humble, you continue learning, you continue growing. You recognize that no matter how much you achieve, there's always more to learn, more to give, and more to appreciate. But when pride takes over, you stop listening, you stop improving, and you start thinking you don't need anything else. That's when growth stops. The people who sustain success, happiness, and fulfillment are the ones who stay grounded. They remember where they came from. They don't just pray when they need something, they pray to say thank you. They don't just seek blessings, they make sure they're using their blessings to uplift others. And here's something to think about. What if what you have right now is something you once prayed for? What if years ago you asked for the very things you now take for granted? Your job, your health, your relationships, even the opportunities in front of you. At some point, you wanted them. But when you don't take time to reflect and appreciate, you start thinking you need more before you can be happy. Happiness doesn't come from getting more, it comes from appreciating what's already there. So if you truly trust in your prayers, show it through gratitude. Don't just wait for the big victories to celebrate, be thankful for the small ones too. And stay humble. Remember that success isn't just about reaching the top, it's about how you carry yourself once you get there. Because when you stay thankful and humble, your blessings don't just come, they multiply. It's easy to trust your prayers when life is going smoothly, when things are falling into place, when doors are opening, when success feels within reach. It's natural to feel confident in your faith. But what about when life gets tough? What about when obstacles appear, when prayers seem unanswered, when setbacks make you question everything? That's where real trust is tested. Trusting in your prayers means standing firm even when you don't see immediate results. It means refusing to let doubt take over when things aren't going your way. Too many people pray for strength but get discouraged when challenges arise. But here's the reality. The answer to your prayer might not come in the way you expect. Sometimes, when you ask for strength, life doesn't hand it to you. It gives you situations that require you to be strong. When you ask for wisdom, you might be put in circumstances that force you to think differently. When you ask for growth, you may have to go through discomfort before you reach the next level. That's where most people lose trust in their prayers. They assume that if something is difficult, it must not be meant for them. But growth isn't supposed to be easy. If everything you wanted came without you wouldn't value it. You wouldn't be prepared for it. That's why trusting in your prayers means not just believing when it's convenient, but holding on even when it's uncomfortable. Imagine a builder constructing a strong foundation. Before the house can be built, the foundation must be tested. It must withstand pressure, weight, and resistance to ensure that it can hold up over time. Your faith works the same way. You can't build a strong life on a weak foundation. If your belief is easily shaken by delays, struggles, or setbacks, then it was never truly strong to begin with. The challenges you face aren't there to break you. They're there to build you. That's why patience is so important. Some prayers take time to unfold. Some doors remain closed because something better is on the way. But if you give up too soon, if you let fear win over faith, you might walk away from something that was meant for you. The timing of your blessings is just as important as the blessings themselves. If you receive something before you're ready, you might mishandle it. But when you trust the process, when you stay consistent, when you remain patient, you allow things to happen in the way they were meant to. So ask yourself, do you truly trust your prayers, or do you only trust them when life is easy? Do you believe even when the answers don't come right away, or do you let doubt take over when things don't go as planned? Because faith isn't just about asking, it's about believing before you see. It's about moving forward even when the path isn't clear. It's about knowing that what's meant for you will come and what's not will pass. And when you have that kind of trust, nothing can shake you. Trusting in your prayers is more than just speaking words into the air. It's about believing, acting, and staying faithful even when the results aren't immediate. It's about praying with confidence, moving with purpose, and preparing for the opportunities you're asking for. Faith without action is empty, and patience without trust leads to frustration. When you truly trust your prayers, you don't just wait, you work, you grow, and you position yourself for the blessings ahead. Life will test you. There will be moments when you feel like giving up, when doubt creeps in, when obstacles make you question whether your prayers are being heard. But that's when real faith kicks in. A delay is not a denial, and a challenge is not a stop sign. Every great achievement, every breakthrough, every moment of success is built on a foundation of persistence, patience, and unwavering belief. Gratitude and humility must remain at the core. If you're only focused on what's missing, you'll never appreciate what's already there. If you let pride take over, you'll lose sight of the source of your strength. But when you remain thankful and grounded, your blessings don't just come, they multiply. So as you move forward, remember this: pray like you believe it's already done, act like the answer is on the way, trust like you know that what's meant for you will come in the right time. Because when faith and effort go hand in hand, nothing can stand in your way. Keep believing, keep moving, and watch how your prayers unfold in ways greater than you ever imagined. I leave you with this: pray with belief, work with purpose, and trust the process. Because when you truly trust in your prayers, you stop worrying about the when and start preparing for the what's next. Thank you.